Hi, I'm Tamara Camo, and I'm an OBGYN, and I'm here today to talk to you about aging and pregnancy. And I'm actually the author of Menopause Essentials, The Ultimate Guide to Optimal Aging. And I wrote it for my menopausal patients, and I deal with all women of all ages, but mostly women who are having concerns with their aging. So I was giving a talk to them one day, and I asked them, when does aging start? And of course, sort of a trick question because they'll say, oh, when I went through menopause, or when I was 30, or maybe it starts the day we're born. And I told them, no, it starts the day you're conceived. If you have a mother and she's smoking, she's changing how the rate at which you're going to age when you get older. The women during the Irish potato famine, they noticed that their offspring had their genes were altered because of the starvation and the stress and people leaving their homes. So things that happen during your pregnancy impact how your baby is going to age. So of course, exercise and remaining stress-free and proper nutrition are all important. Some people just think, oh, when I'm pregnant, I'm going to tough it out and not take anything. But sometimes you might want to take something to help you because the stress of toughing it out doesn't necessarily benefit your baby. So let's get to my slides. Here's part 2, young living supplements and pregnancy. So in part 1, I discussed the research on essential oils and how they can help with certain things in pregnancy. We discussed that aging begins the day you conceive, not your aging, but the baby's aging. Like we think, oh, when we turn 30, maybe we're aging, or when we turn 50 or go through menopause, that's when we're aging. But what happened to us while we were inside our mother changed a lot of our DNA and a lot of our genes. And so taking advantage of certain supplements while you're pregnant could help you get through the pregnancy easier, but could also be beneficial to your child. I wrote a book over a decade ago about why your prenatal vitamin may not be enough and how to optimize supplements and nutrition during pregnancy. And this is clearly, I need to update that book because in a decade, many things have changed. So let's go. My vitamins and supplements top 10. And I'm going to have a slide on each thing, but just to summarize, Ningxia Red made this list because I know that I personally should eat between 5 and 7 servings of fruits and vegetables every day, and I do not. Even if we all ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it was perfect, we'd probably eat a serving of vegetables and a serving of fruit at each meal, and maybe we would get 6. But now you're pregnant and you want to do even better than that, and Ningxia Red is a good way to add some of those polyphenols that come out of fruits if we're not eating the amount of fruit that we should be for optimal health. Sulfurzyme has the Ningxia Wolfberry powder and MSM, which is really good for a lot of things. We'll go through that. Super C chewable. Yes, there is vitamin C in your prenatal vitamin, but it is the recommended daily allowance for normal people. And now you have an extra person. And you really want your immune system to be optimized because it's really inconvenient to be sick when you're pregnant. There's a lot of medications you don't want to expose yourself to when you're pregnant. So it does not hurt to take a little extra vitamin C to try to support your immune function. Probiotics also support immune function, but they also support normal intestinal function. And as the baby is pressing on all of your intestinal organs, you want to support them and keep them functioning normally. Illuminize, yes, it's an eye vitamin, but I will show you some research on lutein and how it's also beneficial for the baby. Lutein comes out of like carrots and brightly colored vegetables that are orange and red. And a lot of us don't eat enough brightly colored vegetables that are orange and red. And so if we're lacking, then the baby's lacking. And we don't want the baby to be lacking. We want it to have an advantage. Mega Cal is a good source of calcium and magnesium. When I was seeing pregnant women, I noted that a lot of them didn't drink milk. Even if you drink a glass of milk a day, that's only a third of the calcium that you need. Even if you eat yogurt every day, it's a third of the calcium that you need. Even if you eat ice cream every day, it's a third of the calcium that you need. If you ate all three every day, a lot of people don't tolerate milk. Then I have to talk to them about using plant-based milk, and it's a whole big thing. Most people don't. I mean, we know from diet inventories that people don't get enough calcium or enough magnesium. So we definitely want a way to support that. Alkaline soothes occasional upset stomach. And Super D, we know that vitamin D is important for everyone. And in pregnancy, you definitely want to take advantage of vitamin D. The advantage to a lot of these supplements that made this list are Ningxia Red is not a pill. Most pregnant women, if you see my top 10, nobody wants to volunteer for 10 extra pills. So a lot of these can be mixed together, or like Ningxia Red, 1 ounce of fruit juice won't hurt you. Sulfurzyme is in a capsule. It also comes in a powder. The capsules can be opened and blended into something. Super C is a chewable. Again, you don't have to swallow a pill. It tastes like candy. Probiotics, you can take a capsule, which is enteric coated and gets to the right place in the GI tract, but you can also take the kid version, which is Mighty Pro, and again, no more pill. Illuminize is a pill. Mega Cal is a powder that you mix in water or juice. Alkaline, another powder. And Super D is you let it dissolve in your mouth or chew it. So most of these do not add to the number of pills you have to swallow. You can find another way. So we went through that. All of them. Golden turmeric, I'll have a slide on that. So first thing, Ningxia Red, they use the puree of the goji berries. They take all the goji berries, they puree them, they mix it with blueberry, pomegranate, plum, cherry, aronia berry, all these different superfruit berries. So they're very concentrated, super purple. Purple is really beneficial. They have a lot of different polyphenols and purple stuff that you can't get unless you're eating a lot of purple stuff. They add grape seed extract, which is a high amount of antioxidants, and essential oils. So this is known to support normal eye health, supports healthy digestion, provides energy without caffeine, and contains many things that are involved with antioxidants. For those who don't know what an antioxidant is, we know that as we walk around during the day, we produce a lot of free radicals. Like you walk in the sun, you damage your skin, then your body has to make new skin cells. Antioxidants come along and squash the damage for you. So for every time you get damage, you want something to come and immediately extinguish it. So they're basically your little fire extinguishers. And if you don't have enough fire extinguishers, you just get more and more inflamed. And if you have antioxidants, the theory is you keep extinguishing the fire and you kind of stay regular. So this is a good way to give yourself some antioxidants if you aren't going to pound a bunch of fruits and vegetables every day. Sulfurzyme has wolfberry fruit, which is similar to what's in Ningxia Red, or it's the same thing in Ningxia Red, but in powder form. And it has MSM. Good for joints, good for bones. MSM and vitamin C together are very good for promoting healthy skin. The skin is made of collagen. It says here to take 2 capsules twice a day or however you want. But like I said, you don't have to take the 2 capsules. You can open them and add them into water. You can add some fruit juice. You can add Ningxia Red to that water. You can put it in fizzy water and make a whole concoction out of it. But you can make this easier to drink. Also, Sulfurzyme can be available in a powder form already, so you don't have to open capsules. And that powder form has fructooligosaccharides, which are a prebiotic, which also helps with gut health. Golden turmeric is a delicious mango rose turmeric drink. So a lot of people take turmeric capsules. This is 24 times more bioavailable than a standard turmeric extract. So like 1 teaspoon of this is like taking 6 capsules. This also has prebiotics. It helps support joint mobility. It says on the bottle to mix a half a teaspoon in 6 to 8 ounces of water or juice or milk. I personally make a tea out of it. I take that half a teaspoon, I boil water, I mix that together, and then I kind of make a latte out of it. I add my plant-based milk to it and have a latte every morning. It says here to drink it at night. So if you like to drink a tea at night to relax, that's fine. I drink mine in the morning before I go to exercise because I want to support joint mobility. So this study is not on the previous product, but I wanted, of course, to make sure that they give turmeric to pregnant women. And there is a study in 2020 exploring the feasibility of other studies to see if it helps with different things related to pregnancy. Mega-Cal is the calcium magnesium supplement. So it has about 210 milligrams of calcium. So that would be similar to eating a cup of yogurt or drinking a cup of milk. But it also has magnesium, which would not be in yogurt or milk. So got an added benefit of balancing the calcium and the magnesium. Some people find calcium constipating, but magnesium is typically a laxative. So add it together. In the past, if you've taken calcium alone and found that it wasn't favorable to you, sometimes mixing it with magnesium is beneficial. Also, the calcium and magnesium forms are calcium carbonate and magnesium carbonate. And if you look at some of the ingredients in popular antacids that are sold over the counter, calcium and magnesium carbonate. This is not marketed as a supplement that does that. However, those two things have been, many pregnant women have taken calcium carbonate and magnesium carbonate for various reasons. So we know that this is something that's commonly given to pregnant women. So I don't have a specific study saying this, but I know that over-the-counter antacids have been taken by pregnant women and are recommended. So the ingredients are generally used. So this formula supports bone health. So most people don't realize that, if you're having a baby, usually you're under 35, and under 35, you're still building bone. You have probably decent bones. You don't have osteoporosis yet. You don't have osteopenia. Most people 35 and under have a reasonable skeleton. However, you get pregnant. Now you're making a new person who needs to make a skeleton. And if you are not in your daily diet providing enough calcium and magnesium, the baby's still going to figure out how to make its bones. It's going to rob your bones that exist to make calcium and magnesium. So if you have 5 children and never supplement with calcium and magnesium, just being pregnant can not be beneficial to your bones because you've got people robbing you. So you want to make sure you have enough for everybody. So you get to keep your bones and the baby gets nice, healthy bones. And so if you can't do it from your diet, make sure you think about a supplement. Spinach has magnesium if you want to increase your diet without using dairy, but also non-dairy plant milks have calcium in them also. But you want to definitely look for things that are fortified with calcium, have calcium. And even when you do all that, you still might need to go and take a calcium supplement. This one happens to not be a pill and might be easier for some pregnant women to tolerate since it is not a pill. And you can mix it with water or juice. You can make a fun drink out of it by adding some sort of fruit juice or Ningxia Red. Super seed chewable. Our body does not manufacture vitamin C. We're one of the few mammals that does not make their own vitamin C. And there have been a lot of studies on pregnant women in our, especially when we're stressed or during the winter when, there's more stuff going around. You definitely want to make sure that you are not just taking the basics in vitamin C. You want to have more around. So here it says take 1 chewable tablet 3 times daily or as needed. It strengthens connective tissue, illuminize, as lutein and zeaxanthin. You take 1 capsule with foods for eye health. And a lot of women, when they're pregnant, because of the weight gain and different things that happen, our eyes do change when we get pregnant. But also we're sitting in front of computers. So even if you weren't pregnant, damaging blue light, eye strain, because it's got vitamin A and vitamin C, it's good for healthy looking skin. So it does a lot for you. And the study that so lutein, A and C we know are safe. Well, beta carotene. The vitamin A, I will specifically say the vitamin A in here is really beta carotene. Beta carotene is safe in pregnancy. Vitamin A is safe up to a certain level, but this vitamin A is beta carotene, which you can get plenty of that when you're pregnant. That's not, beta carotene is not a problem, but a ton of vitamin A is a problem, but this has beta carotene, so it's fine. Always ask your doctor, but beta carotene is fine. Lutein has a study, and this is from 2021. So really new study about when lutein and zeaxanthin are given in pregnancy, and then they follow the children later. They have found favorable things. So this is not representing the product that I just discussed, but I just wanted to make sure we knew that these 2 things that we don't normally take and that aren't normally in a prenatal vitamin have been studied in actual pregnant people and are fine. Alkaline. And a lot of us eat a very acidic diet, like a junk food diet is very acidic. And if we ate a ton of fruits and vegetables, that would be an alkaline diet. And a lot of people don't eat a diet that supports their pH. And this supplement happens to help us with our ability to, or desire to maintain a healthy pH. So you add this to water and drink it immediately. It kind of fizzes up. So a lot of the little packets you put straight in your mouth. So when I had this, I put it straight in my mouth and it will foam up. So don't do that. Mix it in water, please. All right. So it says it's an effervescent formula. Yes, I can concur. I concur it is. It starts working right away to soothe the occasional upset stomach. Helps maintain optimal pH in the stomach. So for many women, this will be a blessing. Life 9 is the probiotic. It has 17 billion live cultures. It is enteric coated, so it gets the right part of the GI tract. Good for immune health, good for intestinal health, good for digestion. All those things are important. But also, if you did not want to take a pill, there's a kid version that has 8 billion active live cultures. This one you can put straight in your mouth and swallow. It tastes like a pixie stick. It's yummy. It's got the Ningxia Wolfberry in it again. It's got fructooligosaccharides, so it promotes healthy bacteria, helps with occasional bouts of constipation. It helps with diarrhea, gas, and bloating. So if any of these sound familiar, the convenient thing about this is that you can carry them in your purse Also, the alkaline, they come in little stick packs where you can just carry it with you wherever you go. So that's a good thing to try out. Super vitamin D. This is a chewable vitamin D, not really chewable. You put it in your mouth, it'll melt. Vitamin D is good for the immune system. It helps with bones. Vitamin D and calcium and magnesium together are very important for bone health. Switching and ditching. We already discussed, I think in my previous video, that women put between 160 and 300 chemicals on their body every day. It's part of our makeup routine. We take a shower with body wash. We put lotion on. We put perfume on. We put mascara and lipstick, and there's just all of these different chemicals that we can't pronounce in all of these things. Pregnancy, or even prior to pregnancy, is a time to reevaluate your daily routine and see which things you can actually live without. So, for example, if you have a body wash that already has fragrance in it, look at a children's bath gel. It's usually better diluted, and they don't put as much junk in children's stuff. So that gets rid of a lot of chemicals right there. Young Living has a Kids Sense line that's formulated for kids. Your lip gloss has Vaseline in it. You find a lip gloss that doesn't have Vaseline, that's maybe coconut oil based. So Savvy Minerals is the Young Living line that doesn't have gluten or petrochemicals or parabens or phthalates or metals or synthetic fragrance like formaldehyde. Whenever you see the word fragrance, usually if it's a fragrance that we like jasmine, it'll say, I'm jasmine, or it'll say, hi, I'm frankincense. But if it says fragrance, it might be formaldehyde. And you don't want to embalming stuff in your body. If you have a deodorant that's got aluminum in it, maybe you want to DIY a deodorant. Get some witch hazel, put a few drops of essential oil, use that as a deodorant or a body spray. Savvy Minerals has a foundation product that doesn't have all of these chemicals in it. They have a black lengthening mascara that has lavender in it. They have a blush that doesn't have all these chemicals. If you normally use candles or air fresheners in your car, you can get a car diffuser and diffuse oils in your car or diffuse oils in your house instead of having those things that might have something you don't want to breathe. And if you have lotion that you're using, why not use coconut oil, or Young Living blends a V6 that has, coconut and wheat germ and all sorts of other, healthy oils that are blended that you can use to moisturize your skin without chemicals. And then you can add your own essential oil if you need it to smell like something. So you can diffuse, and now this blend, lemon, eucalyptus, and peppermint, those three oils are okay in pregnancy, but that's just an example of, instead of a candle, put this in your car or put this in your house and use this instead of a candle. So some of the oils I discussed in part 1: frankincense, good for your skin. Lavender, also good for your skin. It's very relaxing. Peppermint, good for your GI system, also good for attention and waking up. Lemon, it's very good for nausea. Also smells good and fresh if you want to diffuse it. So follow me and like me on Facebook and Instagram under my name, Dr. Coma. My YouTube channel and my Twitter are under VitaDoc. And part 1 was a video that I made that has more specific product recommendation about oils. It's more basic information about oils and research on oils and which ones are good in pregnancy. So thank you for coming to my Tamara Talk. It's not a TED Talk, it's a Tamara Talk. I hope you learned a lot about the different types of supplements that you can use in pregnancy that you wouldn't have normally thought to use, but that could help you with your ongoing health planning and that of your child.